All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How are you doing today? Happy Saturday morning. Well done for being here on a Saturday morning, team. So first and foremost, my name is RJ, and I've been chatting to a lot of you on WhatsApp. And before we start with anything, team, I'd like you to sit up nice and tall in your chairs. If you can turn on your camera, that's amazing. If you're not comfortable, that's all good. But it would be lovely to see your faces this morning. So sit up nice and tall. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Take a big, deep breath in. And exhale. Put a smile on your face, because it's a beautiful day to have a beautiful day, is it not? Where else would you rather be on a Saturday morning? All right, team. So like I said, my name is RJ. It's so lovely to meet all of you and to see all of you here today. What I'd like to do to start things off, hello, Ellen, is I'd like you to please open up your chat box on Zoom, and I want you to post for me there. On a scale of 1 to 10, where is your energy today? 10 out of 10 is, my energy is amazing, I'm pumped, I'm ready to go, I've had my coffee. 0 out of 10 is, it's still the weekend, I'm still watching Netflix, it's all good. 10 out of 10, amazing start. Let's see where the rest of you guys are at. If your name is not displayed on Zoom, a 4, Ellen. Hopefully we're going to get that higher by the end of this workshop, yes? Team, if your name is not displayed, for example, iPhone, let me know who you are, please. Just let me know your name in the chat. 8 out of 10, not bad for a Saturday morning. 5 out of 10, Mobin, we're going to get that a little bit higher as we go. One of the first rules of being a coach, to get that energy higher, team, you need to utilize your body, yeah? Chest up, shoulders back, proud posture. When you stand tall, when you put a smile on your face, it gives you that extra energy. Who else we got on? Shilpa, I hope I'm saying your name right. Aday, Mercy, Ryan, what's up? Mobin, good to have you here with us, brother. And Alan, fantastic. iPhone, let us know who you are. All right, team, fantastic. So what I am now going to do is I'm going to share my screen with you. Please just let me know in the chat. Can you see my screen? Yes? Fantastic stuff. All right, team. So today we are going to be running through an introduction to coaching. So all of you are here, perhaps for different reasons. Some of you are interested in the health and wellness coaching package, which includes personal trainer, life coach, emotional intelligence, and nutrition coach. Now, we are going to be running through an introduction of who we are, where we're from, and then after, at the last part of the workshop, we're going to give you a breakdown of each of the courses that are involved in the health and wellness coaching package, because you can take the entire program as a whole, or you can take the individual parts. For example, you can take the entire health and wellness coach package, or you can just take the life coaching part, or just the nutrition, or just the personal training. So you can chunk it up however you please. I'm going to ask you, team, please, and yes, we're going to be asking a lot of chatting of you today. Please open that chat box and let us know, what is your name, where are you from, and why are you here today? So your name, where you are from, and why you are here today. My name is RJ, or Rory, right, for short. I'm from South Africa, but I'm based in Doha, and I'm here to give all of you lovely people an introduction to coaching and what we do. So open up that chat box and let us know your name, the country you're from, yeah, originally. Yes, we got Joanna here as well, fantastic. And why are you here? Which program are you considering? If you're a past student, hey, Joanna, hope you're doing good. Nice to have you with us here, Joanna. Alan, Australian based out of Doha, here to attend the life coaching. Fantastic. Awesome to have you here, Alan. We got the rugby on today. Alan, would love to hear your predictions for that. We had a wild ride with Aussies before. All right. Hey, Joanna. How you doing? Good to have you here with us. Let us know in the chat, Joanna, your name, where you're from, and why you're here. What's up, Ryan, from the UK, based in Qatar, interested in learning more about all avenues in coaching. Brilliant. So cool to have you here with us. And really cool to put some faces to the names, yes? Aday from US/Jordan, living in Doha now for not sure if staying long term. Everyone starts like that, Aday. Awesome. Here on Zoom, out of curiosity and just being open to hearing about it. Beautiful stuff. Happy to have you here with us. Mobin from India, learn more about the life coaching course. Awesome. So great to have you here with us, Mobin. Hey, what's up, Katya? Good to have you here. Katya, let us know. Hey, tell us in the chats your name, where you're from, why you're here, why you chose to vibe out with us on a Saturday morning. Ameni, hello, I hope I'm saying your name right. From Tunisia, I'm a hypnotherapist slash life coach based in Doha. Beautiful. So lovely to have a coach with us here. Shilpa, Indian based in Doha, to learn more about coaching before registering. Beautiful stuff. So lovely to have you all here with us this morning. And you can already tell when someone's invested in their personal growth when they're on a workshop at 10 a.m. on a Saturday. So this is your first test. You most certainly pass with flying colors. Mercy, Kenyan-based, yes, Africa. Here to learn about life coaching and expand my network to increase my net worth. Boom, mic drop. Love that, Mercy. Glad to have you with us. Beautiful. All right, team. Fantastic. Let us kick things right off. So, we know a little bit more about you now, and we'd like to share with you our mission, our story, and how it all came about. So our mission at Ignite has always been to help the change makers of the world improve their physical and their mental well-being so they can positively impact the world and their communities. That is our entire goal. That is the mission that we are on. And everything that we do within our company is centered around that core mission. So essentially, for myself, right, like I said, my name is RJ. I've been a coach now for over 10 years, but I didn't actually start out like that. So like many of you, I went through my own transformation. As a kid, I was very overweight. I was frustrated, a lot of anxiety, very low confidence. And it was only once I got into the gym environment that I really started to become more of myself. And by the way, team, let me know in the chat. You can give me a thumbs up. Who here has been through their own personal transformation? Whether it's physical, mental, relational, and you want to share that with other people. Let me know in the chat. Just give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Who here has been through a transformation and they want to share that with other people? So for me, that's how I started. I got into the gym. I started eating better. I got coaches. I got mentors. And as soon as I started losing that weight, as soon as I started surrounding myself with positivity, learning about mindset, learning about emotional intelligence, it really helped me turn my life around. And I realized that it wasn't just the physical side, it was the mindset, right? Awesome, I'm glad to hear that, team. So that was my transformation, right? I had my own personal transformation where I could become more confident, stronger, and I increased my energy. Now, after school, I actually didn't become a coach. I became a lawyer. Now, I traded being a lawyer for being a coach because it was a very, very worthwhile trade. I used to get paid to get shouted at. Now I get to shout at people and they pay me for it. So it is a fantastic trade, highly recommended. So essentially, what happened to me is I was in my final year of law. Everything was on track. My life had a very clear trajectory. I was going to get qualified, become a lawyer, and make a ton of money, right? That was the plan in very, very simple terms. But then, as every good story starts, I met a girl. I went to something called a retreat. And I realized that there was this entire world of personal growth and developments that I could make a career out of. So once I finished my degree, I sat down with my parents and I said, Mom and Dad, I'm not going to be a lawyer. I'm going to go be a personal trainer and a life coach. Can you imagine how that conversation went? Luckily, they were very supportive. Yes, they supported me on this journey. So I met this girl, and luckily for me, I had a coach and a mentor in this woman, right, my girlfriend at the time, who taught me how to really act as a coach. I got certified and I started practicing. And I started as a personal trainer. I started in fitness. But then what I started to realize is that a lot of the times I'd have a session with my client in the gym and we'd end up speaking about their challenges, about their mindset, about their goals, more than we actually trained, right? It was like we weren't training the body anymore. We were talking about the mind. And that's when I got into life coaching, learning about psychology, emotional intelligence, and mindset, and how to not only help someone transform their body, but how to help them think differently, how to help them deal with situations in a better way, and build that mental resilience on top of the physical body. So I ended up practicing as a personal trainer and a life coach, right? Combining it all together to create that holistic approach. Now, from there, I've had the absolute privilege of working in multiple countries. I've worked with one-on-one clients. I've worked with group clients. I've worked in fitness classes. I've worked as a consultant for gyms and institutions like Qatar Airways, helping them develop their fitness team. And the biggest challenge that we ended up facing as a company was that there aren't enough of us, right? We only have a certain amount of hours in the day. We can only help a certain amount of people. And we had this problem of how do we reach more people, right? How do we create a bigger impact overall? I missed your messages, so let me double down on this real quick. So Ade says the most recent transformation was after COVID times. I reached 116 kgs for some reason and dropped it to the low 80s in 9 months. Fantastic job, Ade. That is absolutely incredible. Mobin says, I've gone through a physical and mental transformation at 2 different stages of my life. It's a work in progress and there's always room for improvement. Spot on. And I think that's one of the key elements of really being a coach is understanding that there's always room for improvement, right? There's always space to grow and to get better. Thank you so much for sharing your transformations with us. So team, like I said, we were working, we got fully booked with clients, but there's not enough of us, right? There's only 24 hours in the day and we need some time to chill too. So the solution to this problem is that we created Ignite Coaching Academy. We created a system where we can teach, train, and certify new coaches and current coaches to do what we do so that we can take this mission of helping people improve their body and their mind and spread that. Now imagine this, right? Let's see how many people we have on today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people right now. Yes? Imagine you all have 10 clients. That's 70 extra people that have had a positive impact in their life. That's more than we'd be able to take on working 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. And that is the power of teaching other people to do what we do. So at Ignite Coaching Academy, what we do is we help take people like you who have been through a transformation, who have a passion for helping others, and we help give you the skills and the tools to be able to be a professional, holistic coach. And this is the one key that I want you guys to take away from today. We are working to build coaches that are holistic. We do not want to build the average coach. We're not building coaches, and I'm sure, let me know if you've seen this. You're in the gym, someone's working with a trainer, and the trainer's sitting on their phone, tapping away, yalla, 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 do some burpees, yeah? There's no passion. There's no connection. And that's why we want to build coaches that are holistic and that actually have the ability not just to transform people, but to connect with them. So that is the kind of work that we are doing in the world. Now, we are building this team of change makers. And a change maker is someone who refuses to settle for anything less than they can be, do, or give back to their communities. Mobin touched on it earlier. Continuous improvement. As a coach, as a change maker, you are committed to continuous growth, both in yourself and in the people that you serve. Have you ever met someone where as soon as they walk into a room, the energy changes, right? They light up the room. You feel more inspired just by being around them. That is what we want to create. That is what a change maker is. Yes, you can learn how to create workouts. You can learn life coaching skills. All of that is great. But the energy and the mindset of a change maker is what creates that positive inspiration. And that's exactly the impact we want to create. Team, tell me in the chat, what do you think? Do you think you have a change maker mentality? Beautiful. Love it, Joanna. So great to have you. We had our Pilates introduction yesterday. We'll talk more about that later as well. Fantastic. This is the mindset of a change maker. Beautiful. So what I'm going to do now, team, and I'll switch the camera off just for about 20 seconds or so to do the change. I just told you, right, that when I got into this industry, I met a girl and my life completely changed. Yes, I had a coach and I had a mentor. Very, very big privilege for me to be able to introduce you to my coach and mentor. Luckily, I got to marry her, which was such a bonus, yeah? So I'd like to introduce you to my coach, my mentor, my lovely wife, to take you through a little bit of an introduction. So 20 seconds, camera will be off. Stay where you are, team. I'll see you in just under 30 seconds.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Lovely to see your beautiful faces this morning. So before we get started, team, shake it out. Shake out the week. Shake out the last month. Shake out all that negative energy. Put a big smile on your face. It's so lovely to have you guys here this morning with me. So my name is Sharice. I'm part of the Ignite Co team. I am a co-founder with Rory John. So lovely to have you guys joining us this Saturday morning. Before we get started, I'm going to let you know just a little bit about myself. I'm just going to quickly try and see if I can. There you go. All right, Rory's actually the tech guru between us, so we'll try and see if this is working. Okay. Okay, so team, before I get started, a little introduction about myself, just so you know who you are dealing with. My name is Sharice. I have been in the health and fitness industry since 2010, right? So I've been in the health and fitness industry for a couple of years now. So 15 years as a personal trainer. I started working in Hong Kong. That's where I did my studies and started working as a PT in Hong Kong. I was fortunate enough then to travel all around the world. I worked on the cruise ships, right, as a trainer. And then I started realizing that there's more. There's more to fitness than just working out and just eating healthy, right? Because if that was easy, if that was how easy as it is, so many more people would be at their ideal weight. How many of you, by a show of hands, how many of you have started a fitness journey before and given up because of something that's going on here? Anyone ever done that before, right? They started out, it was Monday, they were motivated, they were excited. And then what happened is life happened, right? So I realized that there's so much more than just the physical side, but there's what's going on in the mind, right? I realized that there's more than just training the body, but there's training the emotions, training the mindset behind it. So I became a life coach. I started running motivational retreats where I met my now husband, right? And I've spent the last few years working as a health and a wellness coach, right? Where we're not just focused on the body, but we're also focused on the mind, where we're focused on managing the emotions behind the person. And we've been fortunate enough to launch our own business, and we help other people do the same. Other people follow their dreams of empowering. So I'd like to find out from you guys, how many of you came here because you're searching for more? Put your hands up nice and high so I can see you. How many of you came here because you want more in your life? You want to give more. You want to be more. You want a career filled with fulfillment. How many of you love empowering others? Put your hands up nice and high. Let me see you. Where are my change makers? Beautiful. Good morning, Alan. Good morning, Shilpa. Lovely to have you guys here, right? So that is the goal, right? The goal is not to just live a life for ourselves, but to live a life making a difference, right? And that's what the goal is how can we follow this dream of helping others? Because as you'll see within our trainings, we speak a lot about this thing called fulfillment. And how many of us are truly chasing fulfillment in our lives? Not just happiness, which is temporary. It's a short-term emotion, but that fulfillment that comes from within, that gives you that feeling that you're following your dreams, you're making a difference. And part of that fulfillment comes from contributing, giving beyond ourselves without expecting anything in return. Right? So if we break down fulfillment, that is one of the particles, one of the ingredients of fulfillment. How many of you know what the word strategy is, right? We all know what the word strategy. Can anyone tell me in the chat box what does the word strategy, what does strategy mean? What is a strategy? What is a strategy? It's a structure, right? Absolutely, Shilpa. It's a structure. It's a game plan. It's an action plan. How do I move forward? Now, every single emotion has a strategy. Setting directions, absolutely, Alan, right? But it's a structure. It's a game plan. If I'm in the health and fitness industry, I'm a personal trainer, and I wanted to bake a cake, and I've never baked a cake before, chances are if I go into the kitchen and I just throw a few things together, I'm maybe not going to have the best cake. How many of you are going to come for cake and tea with me? Right? My first time ever baking a cake. Oh, Juana's like, no, okay, no, not even pity coming. That's fine. I get it, right? But if I had a strategy, if I had a recipe, which ingredients go in which steps, what are the stages for each ingredient, that cake becomes a lot easier to bake. If I had a proven guaranteed recipe from the best baker in the world, how many of you are going to come for cake and tea? Okay, now I have a few people, right? And that's it. If you look at psychology, if you look at mindset, if you look at emotions, if you look at fulfillment, you will see that there is a science behind these elements. There is a science, there is a strategy for sadness. There is a strategy for anxiety, but there is also a strategy for fulfillment, for peace of mind, for managing your emotions. And once we learn that strategy, the ingredients that goes in, the stages that it goes in, we do this with your thoughts, you do this with the questions, you do this with your body, everything starts to change. It becomes very simple, right? Because now I'm just following a recipe. So 80 says it's guidelines, a map that you adhere to as close as possible to reach a goal or destination, right? So imagine we had a strategy for losing weight, which we do, a strategy for managing our emotions, a strategy for reaching fulfillment, a strategy for healthier communication. So a coach, if we look at what is a coach is someone who helps clients get from where they are to where they want to be. They are someone who has a resource book filled with strategies to help a client to improve not only their physical, but their mental health, to gain more energy and to create a life that they truly want. You're not just helping someone to achieve a goal or improve their emotions or eat better. What you're doing is you're giving someone their life back, their happiness, and their confidence back. And that's where the power comes in, right? You don't just go to a session or show up in a session and you coach someone for that hour, but it's that transformation that comes afterwards, that feeling when you wake up in the morning and you've got that message, right? You can't imagine how I'm feeling. It's like the weight has been lifted off my shoulders. I'm feeling confidence in my own skin. I'm feeling empowered to chase my dreams. I've got that feeling that I'm ignited that feeling within me for more purpose, for more passion. And that's what a true coach is. It's those change makers who truly inspire transformation from the inside out, right? What happens in the physical, that's just a side effect from what's happening within. So why do we do coaching, right? It's not what you get that makes us happy. It's not just about achieving a goal that makes us happy, because how many of you here have achieved some big goal you were after, you were dreaming about, right? Anyone achieved a goal, right, that they were after? How long were you happy? A month? A year? 10 years? Or a day? A week? Right? Let me know in the chat box. When we achieve some big goal, we achieved some big goal, right? We think this is going to make our entire life better, right? This is going to be the biggest thing, the best thing. And then you achieve that goal and you're excited, you're happy for a few days, maybe for a week, maybe even a few weeks if you're happy, right? But it's not about what we get that makes us happy. Never lasts for long for sure. But it's rather who we become in the process. The person who regains their confidence, who regains their motivation, their inspiration, their belief within themselves, that's what we're inspiring. It's not about those short-term goals, but it's about the mindset that they're learning along the way. And that is what lasts a lifetime, who you become. Shifting your identity of who you are, of what you want to give to the world, and that's the goal. Right, so why do I love being a coach? Right, there's so many reasons. I've been in the health and wellness industry for 15 years, mashallah, right? There's been once or twice where I've been offered a different opportunity and I thought, let me try this, and it never lasts long. Why? Because this work isn't just work, it's a purpose, it's a calling, right? iPhone, I don't know who you are, let me know who you are. Maybe I missed it earlier, but it's that transformation. Right? It's that purpose, getting to wake up every single day and inspire real change. So often, Sana, hi Sana, right? So often I have sessions and I literally get goosebumps. I get goosebumps every single week from what my client says. From feeling like they're drowning, there's no way out, to feeling like they're on top of the world, inspired. They've ripped off those chains, right? You are that voice that gets to help someone to believe in themselves again, to empower growth, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. And life can be challenging, right? Life can be overwhelming. Life, especially as an expat, it can be a struggle. It can be hard when we lose ourselves, when we don't have anyone to speak to, when we lose that belief in ourselves. And I'm sure every single person here has been to that place where they felt like there was nothing left, where they felt like they've lost themselves, where something took over and they didn't know how to get out of that rut. And the thing about a rut is you get so stuck within it. You get stuck with your own thoughts. It's very difficult to make sense of those thoughts. It's very difficult to get yourself out of that dark space, that hard space. But when you have someone there, someone who supports you, someone who sees you, someone who believes in you, it's a lot easier to move forward, right? When you've lost that belief in yourself and you've got someone there as your guide, as your motivator, as your supporter, it's so much easier to re-see your worth, to remind yourself of your power. Because let me know in the chat, what is the potential of any human being? What is the potential of human beings? Any human being. What is their potential? What are they capable of? Limitless, right? We are limitless as humans. Awana says, I was at my peak a few years back, and since then, it's been a struggle to reach at that mindset again, right? And not just you, Awana. So many people, they get trapped within their thoughts. And the thing is, all that they hear is their own thoughts, their own fears. And when you're stuck in that cycle, it's so difficult to move out of that. So sometimes it takes an outsider with a different perspective, with a different point of view, to allow you to see everything that's within you, to remind you your capabilities, that the sky is a limit. The sky is the limit. The sky is not the limit, right? Because you can go further than the sky, right? So you are capable of so much. Every single person is limitless, including you, right? And that's what we want to inspire. But it's also that lifestyle, right? It's not just the purpose. That's the biggest thing for me, but it's the lifestyle. Coaching gives you freedom, freedom to design your own schedule, to work from anywhere in the world with anyone and build a career aligned with your values. I used to work as a personal trainer for my first couple of years. I was only doing PT. The amount of 5 a.m. wake-ups, right? 5 a.m. clients, so 4 a.m. wake-ups. And when I started coaching, which is working on your own schedule, coaching you can do virtually, you can do in person. But the biggest thing about that is you get the freedom to set your own schedule. The first thing that went for me, those 5 a.m.s, those 6 a.m.s, those 7 a.m.s, and over the last few years, those 8 a.m.s, right? So for me personally, nothing starts before 9, right? I did my dues. I had my 4 a.m. wake ups. And now, khalas, nothing happens before 9, right? The beautiful thing is that it gives you the freedom to work from anywhere. When I used to work full-time as a PT, I used to take leave, and what happened? I stopped working. I stopped earning. But now we get to travel every few months, every 2-3 months, we're traveling to a different country because we can still continue working. We're doing our sessions virtually. We can do your sessions from anywhere in the world. So coaching really gives you that freedom. So if you're someone who values freedom, if you're someone who values flexibility in your schedule, coaching gives you that lifestyle. Because it's got limitless potential, right? You get to coach, you get to inspire, you can create programs, you can run retreats. One of my favorite things is running retreats, right? I absolutely love it. We have a weekend filled with yoga and meditation and dancing and mindset and setting goals and re-believing in ourselves, right? Painting and inspiring, and we're by the beach. Right? You can work online, you can work in a gym, in a wellness center, or you could create your own brand. This is a career with unlimited potential. What is the change that you want to make? Who are those people that you want to impact? And let's not forget the limitless earning potential, right? Coaches can make a very decent living doing what they love in a schedule that they love, working their own hours, right, Shilpa? Absolutely beautiful. So for me, being a coach is my calling. It's my purpose. It's my everything. So what makes a successful coach? Let's have a look at that recipe. What is that recipe, right? Because we don't want to go into the kitchen and just throw things around, right? So what makes a successful coach? The first thing is the mindset. A powerful coach has a deep understanding of neuroscience. They understand how their beliefs, how their thoughts, how their self-talk, the way that they speak to themselves within their minds, how this affects their results, their outcomes. So as a coach, we go through a lot of training your own mindset, removing those limiting beliefs, those chains that hold you back, those limiting self-doubts, the self-talk that says, hey, no, you can't do that. You're not enough. That comes through not just in a single moment, but that comes through from conditioning from childhood. If you've got that voice inside of your head that says, no, you can't do that. No, you're not enough. No, you're not this enough. You're not that enough. This is called a limiting belief. In coaching, we learn how to take this limiting belief, and it's like we literally take it out of the person's subconscious mind, because that is not the truth. That voice was created to keep you safe. But as we know, nothing grows inside of the comfort zone. As coaches, we learn how to retrain that voice. Instead of saying, no, you can't. No, there's not this. No, you can do it. You're strong enough, you're capable, you are able to do anything you want. If any single person has done it, you are able to do it. You have the same genetical makeup, you have the same DNA. There is nothing that you cannot do if you have the belief in yourself, if you have the right mindset. And as a great coach, a successful coach, you know how to manage your own state, right? Coaches know how to show up at their best. They know how to take care of their own physical and mental well-being, right? They role model success. They show up, they carry themselves with confidence. And they're not faking it until they're making it. They have that clear confidence because they've dealt through those limiting beliefs that are holding them back. They have clarity. They know exactly what they want, and they're congruent. They show up. They're not perfect, but they practice what they preach. Right? As coaches, we understand that there is no such thing as perfection. And perfection is boring, right? Because what we learn, if we dig deeper into that fulfillment area, we understand that fulfillment, true fulfillment, comes from growing, from expanding yourself, from developing yourself, from being more and doing more and constantly growing. That's where fulfillment comes from. You take away growth, you're taking away fulfillment. So as coaches, we see imperfections like, yeah, show me where I can improve. Show me where I can get better, because that's my goal. My goal is to constantly improve. My goal was never to be perfect, because there is no such thing as perfection. And what a boring life that would be anyway, right? So we understand that there's no perfection, but we're confident enough to take those risks. They're living examples of what is possible, right? They're not just preaching fulfillment. They're not just preaching internal happiness, but they're living it. They're inspiring it. And coaches have strategies, right? We don't just inspire, but we actually have science-backed tools and strategies. Science-backed tools and strategies for energy, for happiness, for fulfillment. We understand that there's actual strategies that we can follow. If we understand behavioral psychology, if we understand life coaching, if we understand emotional intelligence, exercise science, nutrition, right? These are strategies that we follow, strategies that we learn. If my client is feeling this, I do A, B, C, D, right? It's following that recipe. And finally, successful coaches live with purpose. They are the change makers. They go out and do, right? They don't just speak about it. They go out and they do things. So change makers are coaches who don't just talk about transformation, but they embody it. They lead from the front. They show up, they inspire, they take action, and they're out there doing the work, bringing others with them. Right? We spoke about that strategy. We spoke about that strategy that we have. And the reason that we follow a strategy is it helps us to gain direction. And the thing about direction is you've got this part of your brain called the reticular activating system. Don't worry, you're going to learn all about it in the future. But this part of your brain, it literally controls what you're focusing on. And as a human being, you can only focus on a very small amount of reality at any one time. Has anyone watched a show on Netflix called The Mind Explained? Anyone watched a show called The Mind Explained, right? Very cool show. I would really recommend you guys to watch it. Now, The Mind Explained, there's one episode, and what they do is they're talking about focus and they're talking about attention. And the whole time, in the back of the video, is a gorilla walking up and down, right? And you never ever see that gorilla because what you're focusing on is what the presenter is saying. So let's do a little experiment, and I'm going to need a volunteer. So who is brave enough to be my volunteer? Okay, Shilpa. Shilpa, if you do not mind, Shilpa, you can unmute yourself. Oh, sorry. There you go. Sorry.
Yes.
How are
Hi.
you today, Shilpa?
I'm good, very good, and very inspired.
Very inspired. Beautiful. Okay. Shilpa, where are you from?
I'm from India and
Okay.
residing in Doha from last 8 years. Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. Shilpa, can I ask you a massive favor?
Yeah,
Could you
sure.
stand up for me, take one step back, and I hope everyone's
Okay.
concentrating. I hope everyone's focusing. Okay, so if you don't mind, Shilpa, stand up and
Okay.
just take one step back. Okay, we just want to see what you're wearing. Beautiful. Okay, lovely. Okay, Shilpa, do me a favor. Sit down and quickly turn your camera off.
Mm,
Okay.
One.
Let me know in the chat box what color is the flower behind my screen? What color is the flower in the back of my screen? Who can tell me? Okay. Let's hear some guesses. What color is the flower? What color is my shirt? Okay, that was an easy one. Does anyone, who agrees with the flower? Who says the flower was blue? Who says the flower was red? Luana, was that a guess? Okay, so a guess. There was no, okay. Agree. Okay, well, lucky guess, right? Luana, it was blue. I saw two pictures of a lion. Okay. Luana guessed it. Very well done, right? So my strategy didn't work, but it was a lucky guess, right? But generally, people didn't see the flower. Why did you not see the flower? Shilpa, you're welcome to turn your camera back on, right? Why did we not see the flower? Because we were focused on Shilpa, right? We were focused on what Shilpa was wearing. So we didn't see the flower, right? Wherever your focus goes, your energy flows, right? So whatever you focus on, wherever you put your attention, and you can only focus on the tiniest percent of reality. You can only focus on 2 to 5% of what's going on around you. Meaning we're not living in reality, we're living in our own version of reality. If I'm so focused on what's happening here, I'm looking at Shilpa's clothes, I'm looking at what Shilpa's wearing, I don't see the bigger picture. So if I'm so focused on my negativity, if I'm so focused on my flaws, if I'm so focused on my fears, it leaves no room for my strengths. It leaves no room for solutions. It leaves no room for focusing on the positivity. Let me tell you something. If you go out and look for negativity in the world, you're going to find it because there's so much of it. It's easier to be negative than it is to be positive. But if you learn to shift your focus and you shift your direction of where you're concentrating, you learn to focus on the beauty that's around you. You learn to focus on the good. You learn to focus on your dreams instead of allowing your fears to hold you back. And as coaches, that's what we want to go to. Juana says, I also noticed the book, but not the flowers. And then I thought all the scenario was with the dark details, hence my guess. Is this the strategy? Actually, it's flowers from our wedding. That was our theme for our wedding colors. So that's why, right? Okay, beautiful. But lucky guess, right? What are you ruined my whole game, right? I'm joking. Beautiful. Okay, so team, I hope that has made sense. I hope that you've enjoyed my little bit. That is everything from me. So I'm going to hand over to Rory to give you a little bit more on the course information. I hope you have a lovely, lovely day. It was so lovely meeting you, seeing some of you again. And I look forward to seeing you in the training. I hope you have a lovely day. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you so much.
All right, awesome team. Let me know if you are back with me. Just give me a thumbs up. Let me know if you're good. Yes? Amazing stuff. So like I said, very, very, very lucky and blessed to get to have a mentor for myself, right? And inshallah, we can help you on that same path. So let me just quickly run you through now, team, the details of everything that we have coming up. So overall, let me just double check the messages. Awesome, got you guys. So guys, the Health and Wellness Coach Program. This is our all-inclusive program. This is the program that builds holistic change makers, coaches who are able to help clients completely transform body and mind. Now, the Health and Wellness Coach program, let me just get my little laser out here, is a package of multiple courses. So what I'm now going to do is I'm going to show you which courses make up the health and wellness program. And bear in mind that you can take the entire program or you can just take one section of it based on what you need. So the core course components, it's made up of 4 main courses. Number 1 is the professional life coach training. So in this program, we learn how to have structured conversations that help people create and sustain change. This is all about behavioral psychology, asking the right questions, and how to have an inspiring conversation with someone. Now, a lot of the time, people label themselves as a life coach, right? When in reality, they act as a life guru. Being a life coach is not telling people how to live their life. Being a life coach is asking the right questions to be able to uncover what is stopping someone and to help them overcome those obstacles. How to help them create a clear vision of what they want and a clear roadmap to get there. Most people think motivation is just clapping your hands, right? Like, yes, yalla, 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 we're good to go. True motivation is when you can help someone see the best in themselves, when you can help them overcome their own limitations and take action and responsibility. That is what a life coach does. It's not about screaming affirmations in a mirror. It's about holding people responsible for the person they want to be. That is what life coaching is. Now, another component of the course is the emotional intelligence certification. This is where we really learn the details about the human mind. What is a mindset? What is an emotion and how does that affect our responses and our behaviors? And how can we shift our mindset, shift our behavior so that we can perform at our best and we can improve our mental well-being? The third component is the fitness part of the equation, the personal training certification. This is how do we build effective fitness programs that help people increase their health and their energy? How do we assess a client, build a program, and deliver that program in a safe and effective way? And last but not least, the nutrition elements. How do we help our clients improve their eating so they can have the health and the energy that they need to show up at their best, feel good, and live longer? So these are the 4 courses that make up the Health and Wellness Coach program. Let me know in the chat team, does this make sense so far? Yes? Clear? Awesome. We have 2 iPhones. Livido. Awesome. All right, got you, Alan, got you, Ryan. Fantastic. Now, I just want to give you a quick breakdown of each of the main components of each of the courses. So, in the life coaching and emotional intelligence training, by the way, team, the Health and Wellness Coach program is a 6-month program. But with any of our courses that you do, you get 1-year membership. What that means is that if you sign up, you can attend that course as many times as you want within that year. You're part of the community for a year. You have access for a year because the training is only the start. You go through the training, and at the end of the training, you're competent, but you haven't practiced. And that is why we give you that 1 year of membership and mentorship, so that you can not just take the skills and sit there like, well, what do I do now with my piece of paper? How do I actually make this happen, right? And I have a community that I can go to when I need support. So the life coaching and emotional intelligence component is a 3-month component, right? 6 months of health and wellness, life coaching and emotional intelligence is 3 months. The first 8 weeks of the program is the emotional intelligence component. And the last 4 weeks are the coaching skills. And we combine this all together to create our professional life coach training. And here you can see some of the topics we cover: mindset, values, belief systems, emotional regulation, coaching skills, etc., etc. So this is the first part of the training, emotional intelligence for the first 8 weeks and coach skills training for the final 4. Going on to the second component, and by the way, team, yes, we do provide business support as well, Shilpa. So a big component of this is you will get access to a business workshop where we teach you how to get clients, the basics of sales and marketing. Yes, how to get clients, how to do sales so that you can fuel that business. Bear in mind, team, when you do the health and wellness, you can take either the life coaching component or the PT component first, right? Any order is fine. We tie them all in together. With our personal trainer and nutrition course, a similar approach. The first 8 weeks is all about exercise and fitness, designing programs, assessing clients, making sure you are teaching correct technique. And the last 4 weeks is the nutrition component, looking at food, nutrition coaching, and how we can put together diet plans. Once again, some of the topics we cover: nutrition fundamentals, yes, resistance training, cardiovascular training, circuit training, and getting your real fundamentals in exercise and nutrition science. Now, the way the course is actually delivered. For both courses, yes, we have 2 online workshops per week, right? 2 for life coaching, 2 for PT. Remember, you would take the life coaching first and then the PT, or the PT first and then the life coaching. Would not recommend doing it all at the same time unless you have a lot of time and energy on your hands, right? So, bi-weekly online workshops. So at 5 p.m. on various days, we have a session just like this, right? We share information, we have breakout rooms, we connect, we learn. On our group, our WhatsApp group, you guys are in the Introduction to Coaching WhatsApp group. We have a similar one for each of our programs. You'll get daily activities, daily learning, daily questions. We also have an online learning platform where all of your course recordings are stored. So let's say you can't actually make it to one of the sessions, or you want to re-watch the session. You can go on and access the entire session on our learning platform. You're also going to have your ebook there, your templates, your resources, everything you need to support your learning. And almost most importantly, team, is community. You have the dedicated WhatsApp group and one-on-one support with your coaches, so that if you need anything, we are there to assist you, and not just learn from us, but learn from everyone who is on the program with you. And last but not least, for the majority of our programs, particularly the personal training, we do have in-person options. So if you are in Doha, there is an option to join the live in-person practical. We have a beautiful venue in Lusail that we are very lucky to use, and that is where we run the practical trainings from. So team, overall, that is the structure of the courses. Yes? After this quick activity, I'm going to let you know the prices, and we're going to talk about the numbers so that you can see how that's going to fit for you. But as the final activity for the day, team, please join me doing this. I want you to sit up tall in your chair. You can close your eyes if you want. You can keep them open. It's up to you. Take a deep breath. And what I want you to do is take a breath and visualize that you're sitting in your car. And you've kind of got that little bit of butterflies and anxiety sitting in your stomach. You know you have to get out the car. So you take a deep breath and you finally open the door. As soon as you open the door, you can feel that wind hitting your skin. It's that cold, fresh wind. Pull your jacket a little bit tighter. You look up and you see a gathering, a bunch of people at the top of a hill. And you slowly start making your way up the hill. You can hear the leaves crunching under your feet as you walk. As you get a little bit closer, you start recognizing some people that you've seen before, but you still don't really know what's going on. As you get closer to the group, you realize that this is a funeral. And as you get closer to the casket and you look inside, your heart drops, you have that feeling in the pits of your stomach, and you realize that it's you. And this is your funeral. Rewind 24 hours, and you are sitting in your hospital bed, surrounded by the people you love, and the doctor tells you it's not a matter of days, it's a matter of hours. And you have the realization that this is it. You've lived your life. This is it. And there is nothing more after this. Take a deep breath in. Now, as you open your eyes, I want you to write down on a piece of paper, what do you regret not giving to the world? And I want you to write that down right now. What do you regret not giving to the world? You're welcome to share it in the chat, if you please. Peace. I love it. What do I regret? Not giving back to the world. As long as you write it down, it's okay. You don't necessarily need to share it. All right. A little bit heavy for a Saturday morning. I get it. But the reason I do that is not to be depressing, but actually to inspire you. Because here's the truth, right? That day is going to come for all of us. And when you visualize that moment, you start to ask yourself the real question. When I get to my deathbed, how will I know that I've served my purpose? How will I know that I've done something that I actually want to do? And that's actually an activity we use in coaching. Because once you clear out all the BS, yes, we all know what BS stands for, you start focusing on what matters. You start making decisions about what you want to do because you don't care about all the other shit, right? You don't care about what people say, what people think, about the judgments. Can I do it? Can I not do it? All of that goes away when you realize that this is your one shot. Yes? You only get one time around this ride. So I want you to visualize that and keep that in your mind. So to finish, team, your learning plan. I wanted to share with you all the details of the course and the cost that is involved. We do not believe in small writing and small text. We want to be transparent and upfront. So for your life coaching certification, it is a 12-week program for 3,500 reals. If you take the emotional intelligence only, this is 2,000 reals. With our personal trainer course, the total cost is 5,000. The nutrition course is 2,000. Now, if you package that all together into the health and wellness coach program, it is an 8,000 real package, a 6-month training. But before your jaw hits the ground, we offer payment plans for all of these. We do not expect you to pay the entire amount out front. We offer a payment plan for each of these that can extend up to 6 to 8 months. So what I'd like you to do is after this call, give it some thought. If there's anything that stands out to you, if you want to join, send us a message, let us know. We'll get you registered and we will set up a payment plan that is effective for you. So the life coaching includes the emotional intelligence. Yes, so remember the life coaching program, this 12 weeks includes the emotional intelligence. The personal trainer includes the nutrition coach. So it's not additional things. The only reason it's written like that here is so you can see that you can take them separately. So great question, Alan. You took it right out of my mouth. The next life coaching course is starting on September 15th. Now remember, even if you want to do health and wellness, meaning you want to do life coach plus PT, you still start on September 15th. You do your life coaching, and when we launch the next personal trainer in 2026, you will join that personal trainer to complete your health and wellness coach package, right? So this is the way the course is structured. So team, what I'm now going to ask you to do, firstly, thank you so much. Open the chat, and I want you to just tell me what was your biggest win of today? What was your favorite part about today, even if it's just showing up? What was your biggest win of today? And as we do that, team, it is 11 o'clock. So what I'm going to ask is, if you have any questions, please post them now. If you do need to go, we are so glad that you were here with us today. You can message us anytime or on the group so that you can let us know if there are any questions, but I will be answering some questions now. So 2 of the same questions, nice and convenient. Tell us about the certification, the recognition. So all the qualifications are internationally recognized. Our life coaching and emotional intelligence is recognized and accredited by the ICC, International Coaching Council. Our personal trainer and our nutrition coach, all of our fitness qualifications are backed by a UK accredited company. So what that means is that these are internationally recognized certifications. It means that there's an awarding body that recognizes our certifications, and those awarding bodies are generally recognized worldwide, and most certainly in Doha. It is YMCA. I will post this in the group for you so that you know. So, like I said, teams, thank you so much for joining us today. It's been beautiful to have you here. You're welcome to stick around and ask more questions. If you need to go, you can. But let us know, guys. What was your favorite part about today? Tell us in the chats. What was your favorite part? Was it just being here? Was it trying to guess the color of the flower? Clarity. Beautiful, Shilpa. Thank you so much. We are 2 iPhones. iPhone? I think it's Sana, yes? Are you both? Is it 2 iPhones? Inspiration, beautiful, Alan. So glad to have you here. A day, Ryan, Mercy, let us know. It's good to have you here, Day and Ryan. I know I've been chatting to you. A day, I hope I'm saying your name correctly. Please just let me know. You can message me on WhatsApp. Let me know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Awesome. Fantastic. Beautiful stuff, team. Team, thank you so much for today. So Ade says, thank you, I appreciate it. We'll go, but we'll message you further. Perfect. Nice to get to feel both of your energy. Exactly. And that's why we do this workshop a day, because sometimes it's hard, right? Chatting to someone on WhatsApp. When you get to see us, we're real people. Yes, we are real human beings. And you got to make sure the energy is correct for you. Beautiful stuff. Thank you, Sana. Thank you, Shilpa. Like I said, team, anything you need, please text us directly. You have our number. Let us know. We can help you. Mercy, appreciate listening to both of you and learning more about the programs. Have a lovely weekend. Thank you. Shilpa, start from 15th of September. Beautiful. We're great to have you with us. And thank you so much, Ade. While we wait, if anyone has any questions, I'll hang around. We do also have a Pilates certification, right? If anyone's interested in Pilates, we're kicking off on September 19th. Joanna was with us yesterday for that one. I am not the head instructor for that. Let's just be clear. I am the assistant. Charisse will be delivering the Pilates certification. Amazing. Awesome, Shilpa. Thank you, Joanna. Thank you, Sana. See you soon. Amazing. All right, team. So if that is it, we will close it off and make it a day. Yes. Awesome, Mercy. Yes, I really enjoy that one. Great to have it there. No one's going to forget what color the flower is in the background, yeah? Awesome. Fantastic. And yes, Sana, we'll see you there as well. Thanks, Alan. Shilpa, let me know as well. You can just text me because I believe I was chatting to you, but I can't remember